We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, the Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we get into it, I want you to do me one small favor. I want you to hit that like button. I definitely want you to subscribe, leave a comment. You want to know the next video going to drop, hit the notification bell. Smashed them 132 to 94. The New York Knicks came out and this totally dismantled the Golden State Warriors. Before we go on further in this video, I want to point out one thing. I don't want to hear nothing about the New York Knicks are playing inferior teams, because there's no such thing as inferior wins. And what I mean by that, when the New York Knicks was losing to under 500 teams, you hear people chatting. But now that we on a winning streak, you barely hear anything on any sports outlet. Last night, Charles Barkley and Shaq, and they had their little comments. But what makes me sick, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get into the video. I just want to start this off real quick. What really makes me sick is when the Knicks played a national televised game last night, so it wasn't on MSG. So we got cronies like Reggie Miller and whoever calling the game. And I hate when Reggie Miller call a game because he don't give the Knicks no credit. I don't care who they playing, especially if they're playing a super team that's supposed to be elite and whatever case may be. Reggie Miller makes sure he tries to always big up that other team. They started giving the Knicks credit only in the fourth quarter. Even when the Knicks was up 21 points, they was making it seem like the Knicks was going to somehow lose this game, not looking back at what the Knicks had done the previous 7 games. And like I said, we was going to make it 8 against Golden State. I know the last time we played Golden State, it was not pretty. It was a loss, 101 to 111. Golden State was just killing us. They killed us from the free throw line. They killed us from 3-point. I think from 3-point, Golden State had shot 32. No, excuse me. They shot 36%. They hit 18 out of 53s. What really hurt us in that first game that the Knicks was just terrible. From downtown, we went 9 from 34. We shot 26%. From the field, we went 30 from 87. We shot 34%. But this game, this was a different game. This was a totally different game. The stats will tell you for myself. I'm going to get into the stats real quick because I wanted to talk about something. And then I have a question that I want to ask y'all, and I would like y'all to answer it in my comment section. But let's get to the stats real quick. Like I said, in this game right here, the New York Knicks got into Golden State Warriors. They came out hot, you know what I'm saying? They scored the first 8 points. They didn't let up on Golden State. Not one time in this game did Golden State take the lead. Golden State really didn't even make it close. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of people talking about this is a flawed roster. When you see, put it like this, if Tom was playing the younger guys earlier, it could have been a different season. But I like the way it went. You know, you need adversity to move yourself ahead, to build your team, and to see what you got. We don't see Evan Fournier on the floor no more, Cam Reddish. And a lot of y'all wanted Cam Reddish. Let's be honest, a lot of y'all would have rather have seen Cam Reddish on the floor than Miles McBride or Quentin Grimes. And I don't like to toot my own horn, but I've been trying to big these two young fellas up since we drafted them. And I know a lot of people, y'all want to forget that the New York Knicks didn't outright draft Quentin Grimes. It was the LA Clippers, and then we made a trade for I forget this guy's name, even if he's still in the league. But that's who, and I know it's only been a year or so. Yeah, I know he's in the league, but I haven't really heard much of him because his name is right on the tip of my tongue. I just can't get it out, and it wasn't a stat that I was thinking about. Just it's the flow of the video. But like I said, what I'm trying to say, a lot of people wanted the New York Knicks to get rid of these guys for Donovan Mitchell. And like I said, if we would have gutted our team for Donovan Mitchell, would we have been this good? I don't know. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know. All I know, in last night's game, the Knicks shot 51% from the field. They went 45 from 87 from the field goal. 3-pointers, we went 17 from 40. We shot 42%. That's damn good. Free throws, we made most of our free throws, hitting 78% of them, going 25 from 32. We had 47 rebounds. 14 of them rebounds came off of offensive rebounds. We had 27 assists. Yeah, and I know the New York Knicks averaged something around 22 assists somewhere around there, but we had 27 assists tonight. And that's a topic I'm going to just go off a little bit from the stats. The Knicks have been moving the ball in these last couple of games, and if we continue to move the ball the way that we're moving it, I don't see no teams beating us. One of the commentators made a comment that the New York Knicks are using the Golden State format against the Golden State by moving the ball, and it was quickly had 22 points. Let's just get over it. Like, I'm gonna hit the stats. Let me just give you the stats because the stats. I'm proud of my team. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of the New York Knicks. I know I got a show and I'm supposed to not be so biased, but I'm a fan. What can I say? No matter win or lose, the New York Knicks is the team that I choose. And we're on an 8-game winning streak. I don't know the last time we had such a good streak. And here's a little tidbit, pottery, whatever, small fact. The New York Knicks, the last time the New York Knicks beat the Golden State Warriors in the Garden was February 27, 2013. 2013. We're in 2022. That's the last time we beat the Golden State in our house. 8 consecutive games. Golden State came into the Garden and bust our butt. Matter of fact, that last time we beat them, it was a 109. Let me get the stats correct. We beat them by what? What was the game score? We had 109 to 105, but here's a tidbit I'd like to talk about a lot of times too. A thing about that some of y'all might forget, or maybe y'all heard on other channels. Steph Curry scored 54 points in that game. I'm not sure if that's still his career high, but he has set a career high that year, 2013, February 27, in Madison Square Garden he still lost. This is what the tidbit I'm getting at. They still lost. Golden State still lost to the New York Knicks by 4 points. And that's because we played everybody else hard. And Klay Thompson was not hurt. Klay Thompson was Klay Thompson. If you understand what I mean by that. He was the Klay Thompson that we all know, that we all see that's no more. Also, Klay Thompson had a dismal game in this game. I'm not going to lie to you. But the New York Knicks came out, they did their thing the way they're supposed to do it. And that's all I want to say. No, that's not all I want to say. Excuse me. But, the Knicks just came out, they did their things. So, for all you, what can I say, haters, listen, it's time for y'all to start admit that the New York Knicks is a good team. And there's no doubt about it that this is a good team. I know Steph Curry wasn't playing tonight, Iguodala, Wiggins, and I would like to have seen at least Andrew Wiggins play so that it wouldn't be so much of an excuse to how the New York Knicks pummel the Golden State Warriors. You see Jordan Poole, like I said, he went above his average, but in the last 5 games, he has been averaging 26 points, and that's what he got last night. The other game against Toronto, he scored 43 points. That could have been a help in his boost of his average and his points. But like I said in my last video yesterday, I said if we was to contain Jordan Poole, that we can beat this team, because if our starters got their averages, they're averaging 20. RJ Barrett's averaging 19 points. It's been over 43 years that the New York Knicks had 3 players averaging more than 19 points on the team at one time. Yeah, that's a long drought. But the New York Knicks is heading in the right direction. And I'm going to say this one more time because RJ Barrett said it. They're about to shock the NBA. He started off the opening season, the media day. He said the New York Knicks is going to shock a lot of people. And you see him on that path right now. I know it's an 8-game winning streak, but tell me what team right now in the NBA have an 8-game winning streak going on? Nobody. The New York Knicks. There was a little fact that I have to point out, and I'm not, y'all know how I feel about the Brooklyn Nets, even though I live in Brooklyn. I'm not gonna say I love them because I don't hate them. I root for them when it's not New York Knicks because I'm from Brooklyn. So I'm a type of guy I run with my hometown. I don't live in New York City and call myself a LA Laker fan or LA Faker fan. When you hear me say Faker, that's a direct shot at one of my friends, Otis Jackson. But anyway, as I was saying, the New York Knicks, this team is on the verge of shocking the NBA. And in my last video, you heard me say that we can make you heard me, and I'm going to say it again. Hit me in the comment section if you think I'm crazy. We can make the Eastern Conference Finals. And to backtrack on that historic moment, the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets are on a winning streak. It's been a long time since these two teams at the same time have been on a winning streak. So I don't know what that means further down the line when you know I'm rooting for the New York Knicks. Brooklyn, this might be in our way. But right now, we got our next 3 games is with Toronto, Chicago, and then we got Philadelphia on Christmas Day. These are teams that we can beat. We already beat Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? If I'm wrong, hit me in the comment. I'm always say hit me in the comment section if I'm wrong, because I like the feedback. But here's a question I want to ask y'all. Here's a question that I want to ask y'all right now. Can Jalen Brunson be an all-star, or can he be the MVP of this season? Put it like this: if he make the playoffs, the New York Knicks make the playoffs. That's if we make the playoffs. This man has to be considered MVP. But if we make the playoffs, he has to be an all-star. He has to be an all-star. Has to. No doubts about it. If we make the Eastern Conference Finals, he's the MVP. He's the most valuable player. You have to tell me what other player had much right now. Tell me what other player did as much as Jalen Brunson had done for the New York Knicks. He stabilized a sinking ship. Julius Randle, let me say it right now. As much as we got down on Julius Randle, it's all because of his behavior. Julius Randle is not a bum. He is not a bum. He may not be a superstar, but he's a tier below that. If you watch his games in New Orleans when he was playing with AD, even with Brandon Ingram, if you get the right player, which I think we got in Jalen Brunson to complement Julius Randle's a damn good player. He just needs to be brought under control at times. And now that he realized he's not the star of the team, his behavior changed. And Ian Bagley wrote an article, and Julius Randle said how he has to work on his stuff. As he's been working on himself. And that's what we need from him. That's all we need from him, for him to work on himself and work with the team. But tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think the New York Knicks can make the goddamn the Eastern Conference Finals? Hit me in the comment section. Let me know. And I know this is one of the videos been longer than usual. A lot of y'all probably haven't stayed this long to get to the end. But if you did, please hit that like button, because it helped me in the algorithm. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get my subscription up. And please leave a comment and hit that notification bell. But with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless, and peace.